yes, it's that time again. The weather is great, the landscape is green, and the wildlife is practically booming. I'm starting a brand new mission, and even though this is a tricky one, I'm still excited and ready with my camera. I'm back at one of my favourite spots, the beautiful Marks Hall estate near Coggeshall in Essex, and I'm in search of Little Red. I filmed here many times before. My close to home video from over a year ago was shot here, and I really shouldn't miss the chance to explore this amazing place for new species, so that is what I'm going to do. Right, work is done. I'm here, safe and sound, at the Marks Hall estate near Coggeshall. It is absolutely gorgeous here. Beautiful gardens, lovely land all around, so much wildlife, and I'm here on a mission. So my mission this week is one of them, some of that, and some of this, some camo mesh. Now what am I going to be doing with this? Well, I've been told there are some nesting red kites here, so I've got to be very careful obviously, but I'm really loving the idea of trying to get them. I don't know if you can hear that, that's not a red kite, that is a peacock. But I am actually after the red kites. Hopefully I can find out where they're nesting. Don't want to get too close. Getting all the right gear, so I've got little hidey, obviously got my chair, all my stuff I need, my bag, lenses, pork pie, everything. And then most importantly, one of these. So I have done a little bit of prep for it, done a research, make sure I've got all my settings right, cleaned all my lenses, etc. as you do. And all I need to do now is have a wander and see if I can find this elusive red kite's nest. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Now obviously red kites are very large birds. I think their chicks can be, you know, a good foot and a half, quite big. So surely the nest can't be that obscured from all of this beautiful. Let's just have a look and see, shall we? On a serious note, these birds are Schedule 1 species, so they must be respected. Keeping your distance even from a public footpath is essential, so I've really got to be cautious about this mission. Good tip that my target can be found in the woodland area within the grounds, but with over 200 acres to explore, I might be here for a while. Luckily, the main man at the Arboretum has dropped me a pin, so things are looking up already. Ooh. There, that could be it there, either that or a dray. We are a long way away, which is good. We don't want to be anywhere near that nesting site. It's actually against the law to be around Schedule 1 nesting birds. You know, we don't want to be disturbing the family, chicks, parents. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, just move away, find some distance, get yourself some binoculars. But I think what I'm going to do is I need to find a space, just plonk myself down Yeah, I need to find myself somewhere to plonk myself down in these ferns, set my camera up, and maybe just put the cover on it. Anything to cover me, just so that I'm not in view and I don't cause any stress to any birds. I've not seen the parent birds yet, but they are here. They are definitely here. So I've got to be very, very careful. But I'm quite a distance away, and as I say, I am going to have to break out the extender if I'm going to get this on film. But it's exciting. It's a nightmare getting into these little hidey holes as he falls over and lands arse over tit in bracken. Good for the film though, eh? So I am going to sit in this location for the next couple of hours, I think. It is really, really warm. That isn't mine, by the way. I'm about 600-700 yards from one of the main gates, and I've parked just not far away. But as I was crossing the open plain there, 2 red kites circling. And I thought, well, that is just perfect. I didn't quite have time to get myself ready to actually do some filming of it. One did land and perch in the tree up there, which I approached, managed to get some film of it, and it just sat there and watched me. And they must be quite used to people here, I think. And obviously this is a public gardens. There's the Arboretum is just over here, walled Arboretum. It's beautiful. And there's a lake there, and there's all sorts of beautiful things in Marks Hall. Marks Hall Estate is an amazing place to come as a visitor, but as a wildlife photographer, videographer, anybody who's into nature, this place is a dream. It's amazing. And especially at this time of year, because it's so green, everywhere is very well kept. You know, the paths are nice, but it's still wild. You know, you've got these very high ferns and a lot of this stuff, which is brambles and bracken, but there's some beautiful trees here. I'm not big into my trees. I don't really know a great deal of trees, but I can recognise sort of, you know, pines and elm and oak. And the one right in front of me here is, I think, is a pine of some sort, and about 2/3 up the trunk I can see a large, what I think is a red kite's nest. It's quite a way away from me because I want to give it some space. I don't want to be too close. I don't want to worry the parents. I don't want to worry chicks if they are there, and I don't know if they are there. But it's about 1.5 metres, 2 metres wide by 1/2 metre deep. So it's quite big. It almost looks like a squirrel tray, but it's definitely something big in there, if there is something in there. But what I thought I'd do is sit here with my cheap Amazon mesh, which will help hide me a little bit, I think. And I thought I saw something then, but anyway, I'm trying to hide myself away a little bit, keep my voice down, give it some time. I've got my pork pie. What else do you need, apart from obviously a 200 to 600mm lens and a very fast camera? But you know, we'll see how that goes. So, as I say about the kit, I'm using a Sony a7 IV underneath this mesh with the 200 to 600 Sony, which is very sharp and very clear, and I can shoot in 60 frames per second on the camera. I've got an Atomos Ninja sitting on top so I get a better view, see if I've got that sharp image. And that is about it really. I've used this camera for a long time and I'm really pleased with the output on it. Sometimes I miss having that 120 4K, but beggars can't be choosers. And at the same time, it's nice to be able to get a little bit closer. Obviously this situation is a little bit more different because we're talking about young chicks, and obviously that getting close to that is no-no. Saying that, this week I had a bit of a, what would I call that, lucky encounter, which I'll share with you now. This week has been a whirlwind of wild encounters. Whilst exploring a local farm, I found this little fellow. Juvenile kestrels are a rare sight, and I was lucky enough to encounter not one, but three. These young fledglings were happy to share their yard with me, and even though their parents were nowhere in sight, I had to be cautious not to overstay my welcome. It was a real privilege to film these adorable little raptors, and I hope they grow up to be skilled hunters of the sky. It's late afternoon and the estate is closed for the public. Fortunately, I'm allowed to stay and continue my mission. The evening sun is perfect for video work, but time flies when you're having fun, so I need to move quickly. Wildlife around here. But I would definitely recommend getting a good pair of binoculars, a decent pair of binoculars with good glass. Good glass is so important. You can buy a 150 quid, 200 quid pair off of Amazon or wherever you're going to buy, but the glass is only so good, and then only when you go and actually try these out will you see the difference. And I've only had that experience within the last maybe 4 or 5 years. And these I've had for a long time. I've got these which are 8x42s, I've got some slightly larger ones, but just having the ability just to quickly take a quick view of something, it just makes such a difference in looking through the camera. Yes, I get great reach with my 200, 600, but I'm looking through a digital eyepiece, an EVF, whereas this glass is so clear, but it's definitely helping me with my spotting. Nature has a tendency to surprise us, going from 0 to 100 miles an hour in the blink of an eye. I can see a chick. I can see a chick. I can see 2 chicks. Wow. I can see 2 chicks. I can see the bottom end of one and the head of another. They're big. They're very big. Wow. There's 3 chicks up there. 3 chicks up there. Don't know where the parents are. I've not heard them. I've seen the male. I've just got to keep my eye on these. When they move, I just want to make sure that I've got my focus correct. I mean, obviously I'm so low down here that I'm shooting up. So I'm getting the lip of the nest, and then I'm getting the head. So I'm not getting an amazing view, but I am witnessing and actually seeing these they're beautiful. They look like adults. I don't know how old they are, but they look big. There's definitely 3 up there. Oh, nice. Kite's doing poos. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Oh, it's quite sweet, really. Oh, what an amazing experience. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All I need now is the parents to come back, fly in, perch on the side of the nest, just turn, give me that glare, fly off. Perfect. Don't think it's going to happen, but yeah. Lovely. Wow, what a treat. My first close encounter with the beautiful red kite. This couldn't have started any better. I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship. The red kite is such a force of nature, deserving respect and care. A massive thank you to the staff at Marks Hall Estate. This won't be the last time you see me.